What if I told you that humans have built entire islands from scratch? Not small floating platforms, but massive cities, airports, luxury resorts, and even entire provinces rising from the sea. In today's video, we're counting down 20 incredible artificial islands from around the world, and we're saving the biggest one for last. So make sure you stay until number 1, because the final island is the largest artificial island ever created by humans. Let's begin. 20 Khazar Islands, Azerbaijan. Our countdown begins in the Caspian Sea, just off the coast near Baku. The Khazar Islands were envisioned as one of the most ambitious artificial island developments ever proposed. The master plan called for dozens of man-made islands arranged to form an entirely new waterfront city. Residential towers, hotels, schools, marinas, and business districts were all part of the blueprint, a self-contained urban hub rising directly from the sea. At the heart of the proposal was an even bolder idea, a skyscraper known as Azerbaijan Tower, which developers claimed would surpass every existing building on Earth in height. If completed as planned, it would have redefined the global skyline conversation. The project launched during a period of rapid economic growth fueled by oil revenues. Land reclamation began and early infrastructure took shape. But as oil prices fell and financial pressures mounted, progress slowed dramatically. Large portions of the development remain incomplete. Even so, the scale of the original vision remains striking. The Khazar Islands demonstrate how far modern engineering can stretch imagination, transforming open water into planned communities, entire skylines, imagined before a single foundation fully settles. 19. Songdo International Business District, South Korea. Just outside Incheon, Songdo rises from land reclaimed from the Yellow Sea. Built on carefully engineered coastal fill, this district wasn't an expansion of an old city. It was designed from scratch as a fully integrated smart city. From the beginning, Songdo was planned with technology at its core. Streets were mapped for efficiency. Buildings were constructed with sustainability standards in mind. A network of sensors helps manage traffic flow, energy usage, and waste collection. Pneumatic waste systems even transport trash underground, reducing the need for garbage trucks on the road. Green space was also central to the design. Parks, bike paths, and waterfront promenades were woven into the urban layout, blending high-rise skylines with environmental considerations. The district's sleek glass towers and business centers give it a futuristic feel, but the real innovation lies beneath the surface, in the infrastructure. Songdo represents a shift in how artificial land is used. It's not just about creating more space, it's about rethinking how cities function. Engineered from the ocean up, it demonstrates how reclaimed land can become a testing ground for smarter, more sustainable urban living. 18. Ocean Flower Island, China. Off the northern coast of Hainan, Ocean Flower Island rises from reclaimed seabed as one of China's most ambitious real estate megaprojects. From above, the development is shaped like a massive blooming flower, a deliberate design meant to stand out both visually and symbolically. Built on artificial land created through large-scale reclamation, the island was planned as a luxury tourism and entertainment hub. High-end hotels, cultural centers, museums, shopping districts, and theme park attractions were all included in the master vision. The project reflects a broader trend in coastal development, transforming open water into branded destinations. Rather than simply adding land for housing, Ocean Flower Island was conceived as an experience, a carefully curated environment combining leisure, architecture, and spectacle. Construction moved forward in phases, with the infrastructure engineered to support heavy structures on newly formed ground. Like many megaprojects of its scale, it has faced financial and regulatory challenges, yet its physical presence remains striking. Ocean Flower Island illustrates how artificial islands are no longer just engineering feats. They have become symbols, statements of economic ambition, urban experimentation, and national confidence rising directly from the sea. 17. Amwaj Islands, Bahrain. In the Persian Gulf, Bahrain has steadily expanded its coastline through land reclamation. and the Amwaj Islands are one of its most prominent examples. Located northeast of the main island near Muharraq, this cluster of man-made islands was developed to create new residential and commercial space in a nation where land is limited. Built on reclaimed seabed, the project introduced waterfront villas, apartment towers, marinas, hotels, and retail districts, all carefully planned around canals and open water views. For Bahrain, artificial islands aren't just luxury developments, they're a strategic necessity. With a small geographic footprint and a growing population, expanding outward into the sea offers room for housing, investment, and tourism without overcrowding existing urban centers. Engineering such projects requires extensive dredging, seabed stabilization, and coastal protection systems to ensure long-term durability. Over time, developments like Amwaj have become fully integrated into Bahrain's national infrastructure. The Amwaj Islands demonstrate how artificial land can do more than add real estate. In countries with limited natural space, projects like this quite literally redraw the map, reshaping coastlines and redefining national geography one reclaimed shoreline at a time. 16. The Pearl Qatar, Qatar. Just off the coast of Doha, the Pearl Qatar rises from reclaimed land as one of the region's most recognizable luxury developments. Designed to resemble a string of pearls, a nod to Qatar's historic pearl diving industry, this man-made island spans millions of square meters and adds miles of new shoreline to the country's coast. Carefully engineered through large-scale land reclamation, it was built to accommodate upscale residential living, retail, and hospitality, all in one waterfront district. The island features Mediterranean-inspired marinas, pastel-colored residential towers, private villas, and pedestrian-friendly promenades lined with designer boutiques and fine dining. Yachts fill the harbors, and landscaped walkways connect neighborhoods built with distinct architectural themes. Beyond aesthetics, the project reflects a broader strategy of economic diversification. By investing in high-end real estate and tourism infrastructure, Qatar has used developments like the Pearl to attract international residents and investors. The Pearl Qatar demonstrates how artificial islands have evolved. They are no longer simply solutions to land scarcity. They are curated lifestyle destinations, reshaping coastlines and redefining what modern waterfront luxury can look like in the 21st century. 15. Treasure Island, United States. In San Francisco Bay lies Treasure Island, a man-made landmass with a history that stretches back nearly a century. Constructed in the 1930s, the island was originally built to host the 1939 to 1940 Golden Gate International Exposition, a World's Fair celebrating the completion of the Bay Bridge and Golden Gate Bridge. Engineers dredged sand from the bay floor to create the island, transforming open water into exhibition grounds almost overnight. After the exposition ended, the island took on a new role. For decades, it served as a U.S. naval base, playing a strategic part during World War II and beyond. Military facilities replaced fairgrounds, and the artificial island became a functioning piece of national infrastructure. Today, Treasure Island is undergoing yet another transformation. Large-scale redevelopment plans aim to convert it into a modern residential neighborhood, complete with housing, parks, retail spaces, and improved transportation links to San Francisco. Its story shows that artificial islands aren't only futuristic megaprojects. Long before today's high-tech reclamation efforts, humans were already reshaping coastlines, proving that building land from water has been part of urban ambition for generations. 14. Hulhu Malay, Maldives. In the Indian Ocean, the Maldives faces an existential challenge. Much of the nation sits just a few feet above sea level, making it one of the most vulnerable countries in the world to rising oceans and climate change. To address both overcrowding in the capital and long-term environmental risk, the government developed Hulhu Malay, a reclaimed island built deliberately higher than many of the country's natural atolls. Located near Malay, the project began in the late 1990s and has expanded in phases, adding residential districts, schools, hospitals, and commercial areas. Unlike luxury-focused artificial islands elsewhere, Hulhu Malay was designed with resilience in mind. Engineers elevated the land several meters above average sea level, creating a buffer against storm surges and projected ocean rise. Seawalls, drainage systems, and reinforced foundations were integrated into the plan from the beginning. The island now houses tens of thousands of residents, easing congestion in Malé, while offering modern infrastructure and expanded housing opportunities. Malé represents more than urban growth. It is a strategic response to climate vulnerability, a carefully engineered extension of national territory intended to safeguard the country's future. For the Maldives, artificial land isn't about ambition alone, it's about adaptation and survival. 13. Jurong Island, Singapore. Singapore is globally recognized for its land reclamation expertise, and Jurong Island stands as one of its most strategically significant projects. Rather than creating a single island from scratch, engineers merged several smaller offshore islands into one large, continuous landmass. Through years of reclamation and infrastructure development, Jurong Island was transformed into a tightly integrated petrochemical and energy hub. Today, it houses refineries, chemical plants, storage facilities, and industrial complexes operated by major multinational corporations. Extensive pipelines connect facilities across the island, allowing materials to move efficiently between plants. The layout was carefully engineered to maximize space, safety, and logistical coordination. For Singapore, a nation with limited natural land and no natural resources of its own, projects like Jurong Island are critical. Expanding territory into the sea allows the country to preserve valuable mainland space for housing and commercial districts, while dedicating reclaimed land to heavy industry. Jurong Island demonstrates how artificial land can directly fuel national growth. In Singapore's case, reclamation isn't about luxury developments or iconic skylines. It's about strategic planning, economic resilience, and making every square kilometer count in one of the most space-constrained nations on Earth. 12. Peberholm, Denmark. Peberholm may be modest in size, but its purpose is enormous. Constructed as part of the Øresund bridge connection between Denmark and Sweden, the artificial island serves as a crucial transition point between tunnel and bridge. The fixed link combines an underwater tunnel from Copenhagen with a bridge stretching toward Malmö, and Peberholm sits right in the middle, anchoring both transport systems. Engineers built the island using dredged seabed material, carefully shaping it to support a major highway and double-track railway. Every contour was designed with structural stability and environmental impact in mind. What makes Peberholm especially unique is what happened after construction. Unlike most infrastructure islands, it was intentionally left largely untouched. Human access is restricted, allowing plants, birds, and insects to colonize the area naturally. Over time, it has evolved into a small but thriving ecological habitat, home to hundreds of species. Peberholm demonstrates that artificial islands don't have to be dominated by skyscrapers or luxury developments. Sometimes they serve as quiet yet essential pieces of infrastructure, connecting nations while giving nature unexpected room to flourish. 11. Willingdon Island, India. Willingdon Island was created in 1936 during the development of Kochi Port in the city of Kochi. As engineers deepened the harbor to allow larger ships to dock, massive amounts of dredged seabed material were removed. Instead of discarding it, the material was used to form an entirely new island in the backwaters. Named after Lord Willingdon, then Viceroy of India, the island quickly became a strategic maritime asset. Its location made it ideal for port operations, warehousing, and transportation links. Over time, it expanded to include commercial offices, hotels, and residential quarters. Today, Willingdon Island remains a vital logistics and defense hub. It houses facilities for the Indian Navy, the Central Industrial Security Force, and port authorities, while continuing to function as a key commercial center for trade passing through Kerala's coastline. The project stands as one of India's earliest and most significant land reclamation achievements. Built nearly a century ago using practical engineering solutions, Willingdon Island demonstrates how dredging and port expansion can reshape geography, turning excavated seabed into long-lasting infrastructure that continues to support economic activity generations later. 10. Port Island, Japan. Off the coast of Kobe, Port Island stands as a bold example of Japan's land reclamation expertise. Construction began in the late 1960s, and the first phase was completed in 1981, creating a massive artificial platform extending the city into Osaka Bay. Built using excavated material from nearby mountains, the island was carefully engineered to support large-scale urban development. Over time, it evolved into a multifunctional district featuring residential neighborhoods, hotels, convention centers, research institutes, hospitals, and university campuses. The island also includes port facilities that strengthen Kobe's role as a major international shipping hub. Port Island is connected to the mainland by bridges and an automated transit system, seamlessly integrating it into the city's infrastructure. Its layout reflects meticulous planning, balancing commercial, academic, and residential spaces within a compact footprint. For Japan, projects like Port Island are both practical and strategic. With limited flatland and mountainous terrain dominating much of the country, expanding outward into the sea provides valuable space for growth without overcrowding existing districts. Port Island demonstrates how engineering can overcome geographic limits, transforming open water into thriving urban extensions that redefine a city's boundaries. 9. Fundo Island, Rio de Janeiro. In Rio de Janeiro, Fundo Island represents a major example of land reclamation aimed at urban expansion and strategic planning. Unlike projects built entirely from the sea, Fundo Island was formed by merging several smaller natural islands in Guanabara Bay. Engineers used dredged material, landfill, and extensive earthworks to create one continuous, stable landmass capable of supporting infrastructure, industry, and institutional development. The transformation took place primarily in the mid-20th century, as Rio sought to accommodate industrial growth and expand urban facilities. By unifying fragmented islands, planners provided a secure platform for large-scale construction and long-term city planning. Today, Fundo Island is best known as the site of the Federal University of Rio de Janeiro, UFRJ, one of Brazil's premier academic and research institutions. University campuses, laboratories, lecture halls, and administrative buildings coexist with industrial facilities, warehouses, and key transportation links. Bridges connect the island to the mainland, fully integrating it into Rio's metropolitan network and allowing smooth movement of people, goods, and services. Fundo Island exemplifies how artificial islands can serve practical purposes beyond luxury or tourism. Its creation shows that land reclamation can be a tool for consolidation and efficiency, turning isolated patches of terrain into a coordinated urban hub capable of supporting education, industry, and long-term city development. It stands as a functional, enduring example of human ingenuity shaping geography for societal benefit. 8. Rocco Island. Kobe Rocco Island, located in Kobe Harbor, is a striking example of Japan's mastery of land reclamation and precision engineering. Construction began in the 1970s, using millions of cubic meters of earth and rock excavated from nearby mountains to create a stable platform in Osaka Bay. The reclaimed land was carefully shaped to support a mixed-use urban district, combining residential neighborhoods, hotels, office buildings, schools, parks, and port facilities. Wide boulevards, thoughtfully planned green spaces, and waterfront promenades provided both modern infrastructure and aesthetic appeal, making the island a seamless extension of Kobe's urban footprint rather than a detached outpost. A defining challenge for Rocco Island was seismic safety. Japan's frequent earthquakes make building on reclaimed land particularly risky, requiring advanced soil stabilization and structural reinforcement techniques. Engineers employed ground improvement methods, reinforced foundations, and strict building codes to reduce liquefaction risks and ensure long-term resilience. These measures were tested during the 1995 Great Hanshin earthquake. While some damage occurred, the island's design proved largely effective, and lessons from that event informed subsequent safety upgrades. Today, Rocco Island illustrates that artificial islands in Japan are about far more than expanding land. They are demonstrations of engineering innovation. By balancing livability, urban planning, and disaster preparedness, Rocco Island highlights how careful design can transform reclaimed territory into a functional, resilient, and vibrant district capable of thriving in a challenging natural environment. 7. Palm Jumeirah, Dubai. Palm Jumeirah is arguably the most iconic artificial island in the world. Extending from the coast of Dubai into the Persian Gulf, it is shaped like a giant palm tree, complete with a central trunk, 16 fronds lined with luxury villas, and a crescent-shaped breakwater that shields the island from the sea. Construction began in the early 2000s using millions of cubic meters of sand dredged from the seabed and precisely placed with GPS-guided technology, creating a stable and visually striking landmass. The project added over 100 kilometers of new coastline, dramatically reshaping Dubai's waterfront and establishing a new model for large-scale reclamation. Today, Palm Jumeirah is home to upscale residences, private beaches, world-class marinas, and iconic resorts such as Atlantis the Palm. The island also hosts high-end dining, luxury retail, and entertainment venues, making it one of the most visited areas in Dubai and a symbol of opulence. Beyond its luxury appeal, Palm Jumeirah represents Dubai's ambition and engineering prowess. It demonstrates how land reclamation can merge functional urban planning, high-end real estate, and global branding into a single transformative project. The island has become a visual landmark recognized worldwide, illustrating that artificial islands can redefine coastal development. By turning open water into a thriving residential, commercial, and tourist hub, Palm Jumeirah set a new standard for ambitious, large-scale urban expansion on reclaimed land. 6. Chubu Centraire International Airport, Nagoya. Near Nagoya, Japan built an entire airport on reclaimed land in the middle of Ise Bay, Chubu Centraire International Airport. Completed in 2005, the airport sits entirely on a man-made island, showcasing Japan's mastery of large-scale engineering and land reclamation. Constructing the airport offshore allowed planners to minimize noise pollution for nearby communities, a critical concern in densely populated regions. The isolated location also provided ample space for long runways and expansive terminals without interfering with existing urban areas. Engineers designed seawalls and reinforced foundations to ensure the island could endure typhoons, tides, and seismic activity, reflecting Japan's rigorous approach to disaster-resilient infrastructure. The airport accommodates modern passenger terminals, cargo facilities, and seamless transportation links to the mainland, including a high-speed rail connection and expressways. Its layout prioritizes efficiency, safety, and accessibility, demonstrating decades of expertise in Japanese infrastructure and urban planning. Chubu Centraire illustrates how artificial islands can address complex urban challenges. When flat, available land is scarce, building at sea allows essential infrastructure without overburdening cities. Beyond functionality, the project highlights Japan's ability to combine engineering innovation with environmental and societal considerations. From structural resilience to community impact, the airport exemplifies thoughtful offshore development. Chubu Centraire is not just an airport, it is a model for how reclaimed land can provide critical services while pushing the boundaries of modern engineering, demonstrating the country's leadership in creating practical, sustainable solutions on the water. 5. Palm Jebel Ali, Dubai. Palm Jebel Ali is one of Dubai's most ambitious land reclamation projects, designed to surpass even the iconic Palm Jumeirah in scale and grandeur. Shaped like a giant palm tree, the island features a central trunk, multiple fronds, and a crescent-shaped breakwater, intended to create thousands of waterfront properties and hundreds of kilometers of new coastline. Construction began in the mid-2000s using advanced dredging techniques, with sand extracted from the Persian Gulf and meticulously deposited to achieve the intricate design. The vision for Palm Jebel Ali mirrored that of Palm Jumeirah. Luxury villas, high-end resorts, marinas, and entertainment districts were planned to transform open water into a vibrant residential and commercial hub. However, despite early progress, development slowed and eventually paused due to financial constraints and logistical challenges. Even unfinished, the project stands as a testament to Dubai's extraordinary ambition and its commitment to reshaping geography on an unprecedented scale. Beyond expansion, Palm Jebel Ali exemplifies the city's strategy of blending engineering innovation with global prestige. Artificial islands in Dubai serve not only practical purposes but also act as symbols of wealth, creativity, and ambition. The project underscores how reclaimed land can be a canvas for vision, transforming the coastline into a luxurious, high-profile extension of the city. Palm Jebel Ali is a striking reminder that in Dubai, imagination is measured in kilometers of new shoreline, and that engineering can be as much about daring ideas as about construction itself. 4. Hong Kong International Airport, Hong Kong. Hong Kong International Airport stands as a landmark in engineering and urban planning. Located on reclaimed land off Lantau Island, the project involved merging two small islands, Chek Lap Kok and Lam Chau, into a single massive platform capable of supporting one of the world's busiest airports. Construction began in the early 1990s and required moving hundreds of millions of cubic meters of sand, rock, and soil. Engineers built seawalls, levees, and drainage systems to stabilize the artificial island and protect it from typhoons, tides, and seismic activity. The project also included extensive infrastructure connecting the airport to Hong Kong's urban core, including highways, bridges, and the Airport Express rail line. Today, Hong Kong International Airport handles millions of passengers annually, serving as a major global hub for air travel and cargo. Its runways, terminals, and support facilities occupy land that once was open water, demonstrating the sheer scale of human ingenuity in reshaping geography. The project highlights the strategic use of artificial islands in densely populated regions where natural flatland is scarce. By creating entirely new territory at sea, Hong Kong was able to expand its aviation capacity dramatically, setting a global benchmark for airport design and land reclamation engineering. 3. Kansai International Airport, Japan. Kansai International Airport was built entirely on reclaimed land in Osaka Bay, representing one of the most ambitious engineering projects in modern history. Construction began in the late 1980s, with the goal of creating a world-class airport without consuming limited flatland on the mainland. Two small islands were leveled, and hundreds of millions of tons of rock and sand were used to form a stable platform. Engineers faced unprecedented challenges. The seabed consisted of soft, compressible clay, which led to continuous settlement of the island. Sophisticated foundation techniques, including thousands of deep steel piles, were installed to counter-sinking over time. Additionally, the region's frequent typhoons required the construction of massive seawalls and reinforced structures to withstand extreme wind and waves. The airport itself is essentially a floating city of aviation. It includes two long runways, multiple terminals, cargo facilities, hotels, and transportation links, connecting it to Osaka and the surrounding Kansai region. High-speed rail, expressways, and bridges integrate the airport seamlessly with the mainland. Kansai International Airport demonstrates how artificial islands can solve critical space limitations while delivering world-class infrastructure. It highlights Japan's ability to merge advanced engineering, meticulous planning, and resilience against natural hazards to create a functional, long-lasting hub entirely at sea. 2. Yas Island, Abu Dhabi. Yas Island has transformed Abu Dhabi's coastline into a world-class entertainment hub. Once shallow coastal waters, it was reclaimed to create a multifunctional island capable of hosting luxury resorts, leisure facilities, and major sporting events. The island is home to Ferrari World, a sprawling indoor amusement park featuring high-speed roller coasters, interactive exhibits, and one of the fastest rides in the world. Beyond thrill rides, Yas Island hosts high-end hotels, shopping districts, and family-friendly attractions, making it a year-round destination for tourists and residents alike. Sports are central to the island's identity. The Yas Marina Circuit hosts the Formula One Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, attracting international attention and positioning the UAE as a premier motorsport destination. Additional leisure options include golf courses, beaches, and marinas, designed to maximize the reclaimed space efficiently. Yas Island illustrates how artificial islands can serve as more than just land expansion. They can become global icons of entertainment, tourism, and luxury living. Its construction showcases advanced engineering, careful urban planning, and a vision to turn water into a vibrant, multifunctional destination. From barren shallow waters to an international attraction, Yas Island highlights the transformative potential of artificial islands in shaping both economy and culture. 1. Flevopolder, Netherlands. Flevopolder is the largest artificial island in the world, representing a monumental feat of Dutch engineering and land reclamation. Unlike luxury resorts or airport projects, this is not just a single development, it is an entire province, created by draining a portion of the IJsselmeer. Beginning in the mid-20th century, engineers constructed a system of dikes, pumps, and canals to remove water and stabilize the land, transforming the lakebed into habitable, fertile terrain. Today, Flevopolder hosts cities, towns, and villages, along with farms, roads, and industrial zones. Hundreds of thousands of people live, work, and travel across the reclaimed land. Its infrastructure includes highways, rail links, schools, and public facilities, all designed on completely engineered terrain. The island serves as a testament to Dutch ingenuity in combating the limitations of geography, particularly in a country where much land lies below sea level. Flevopolder is more than an artificial island. It is a functioning province that supports agriculture, commerce, and residential life on a massive scale. The project demonstrates how human intervention can literally expand a nation's territory while maintaining sustainability and resilience against flooding. The Dutch didn't just reclaim land, they added a new piece of their country, shaping both the physical and economic landscape in one of history's most ambitious reclamation projects. From luxury playgrounds in the Middle East to life-saving climate solutions in the Maldives, artificial islands show the incredible power of human engineering. But they also raise important questions. How far should we reshape nature? And what will the next artificial island look like? If you enjoyed this countdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment which island amazed you the most. And remember, the world isn't just discovered anymore, it's being built.